Most people watch Northern Cardinals from a window and think that is as close as it gets. But what if that red bird already knows your face, remembers your voice, and is waiting for you to figure out that this friendship goes both ways? Make sure you stay for tip 5, because we are going to talk about the moment a cardinal eats right out of your hand, and exactly how you can get yourself there. The first thing you need to do is show up at the same time every day. Cardinals are not random birds. They run on a schedule, and if you pay close attention, you will notice they are the first ones at the feeder when the sun comes up and the last ones there right before it gets dark. They are creatures of habit, and that is your way in. When you fill the feeder at the same time every single day, they learn your routine. They stop seeing you as a surprise and start seeing you as part of how their day works. People who do this long enough start noticing something that feels almost unbelievable. The cardinal is already sitting nearby before they even open the back door. It is not just waiting for food at that point. It is waiting for you. That small shift is the beginning of real trust, and it starts with something as simple as being consistent. Think about what consistency actually says to a wild bird. It says you are not a threat that shows up randomly. It says you are predictable, and predictable things are safe things. Every single day you show up, you are making a small deposit into something they are quietly keeping track of. If you feed them for a week and then disappear for a few days, you are back to square one because that reliability is exactly what they are building on. Cardinals also tend to be most active around dawn and dusk, so that early morning and late evening window is when they are most likely to be watching for you. Show up in that window consistently and you are already speaking their language. Keep showing up and they will keep coming back. Now here is something that most people do not know, and it honestly changes everything. Cardinals can recognize your face. Research has confirmed that these birds identify individual humans and actually remember whether a specific person was kind or threatening to them, and that memory can hold for at least a year. They also pick up on your voice. So every time you go outside, talk to them. Keep your voice soft and low and say the same kinds of things each time. It sounds a little odd at first, but over time your voice becomes a signal that means safe rather than a warning that means run. Some people whistle the same short tune every time they go out to refill the feeder. Over weeks, the cardinals start associating that sound with food arriving and a familiar, harmless person showing up. That is not a trick. That is just how their memory works, and you can use it. One more thing here. Try to wear similar clothing when you first start building this bond. Cardinals notice changes in how you look. A bright new hat or a different colored jacket can actually trigger alarm in a bird that was just beginning to settle around you. There are studies showing cardinals respond with caution to a familiar person who suddenly looks different, almost like they are seeing a stranger. You do not have to wear the same thing forever, but while you are building that early comfort, keep it simple and keep it familiar. The goal is for them to recognize you every single time, and the more consistent your face, your voice, and your presence, the faster that trust grows. Once they know your face and your voice, the next step is becoming part of the yard rather than an event in it. Cardinals are wired to catch anything that could be a threat, and sudden movement is at the top of that list. So when you go outside, move slowly and sit down near the feeder. Do not hover. Do not point. Do not try to close the distance too fast. Just be there. A calm, still person who shows up every day stops feeling like a danger and starts feeling like something that belongs. Start by sitting about 10 feet from the feeder and stay there for several days. If the cardinals keep coming while you are out there, move one step closer. If they fly off, take a step back and try again the next day. Every time you startle them, you give back some of the trust you work to build. Slow and steady is not just advice here. It is honestly the only way this works. Some people move a chair outside and just sit with their morning coffee and let the birds do what they do while they are simply present. Think of it less like training and more like just spending time with someone. You are not trying to make something happen. You are just being around them, regularly, calmly, without any pressure. Cardinals notice that. They notice when someone is not a threat over and over again, and at some point that stops being something they check and starts being something they simply know. That kind of relaxed, regular presence does more than anything else at this stage. Before that friendship can go any deeper, you have to look at your yard through their eyes. A cardinal that feels threatened near you is never going to fully trust you, no matter how long you sit still. Outdoor cats are the biggest problem. If a cat is anywhere near your space, a cardinal starts linking that danger to everything around it, including you. Squirrels hogging the feeder create stress that pushes cardinals away from the whole area. Pesticides wipe out the insects that cardinals feed their young, and a yard that feels unsafe is one they will avoid. Dogs running around the yard have the same effect. Even a friendly dog looks like a predator to a bird. If your windows have strong reflections, especially in spring, male cardinals burn energy fighting their own image in the glass instead of settling near you. Put decals or film on those windows and take away that stress. Also try to avoid doing loud construction or big changes in your yard all at once. Cardinals get unsettled when their environment shifts suddenly, and they will pull back until things feel stable again. Every single threat you remove is one more reason for them to stay closer, stay calmer, and let you a little further in. Now for the tip that takes the most patience and gives the most back. Hand feeding a northern cardinal is not something that happens fast, and it should not be rushed. These are not chickadees. They are careful, proud birds that take their time deciding who earns that kind of closeness. But it does happen, and when it does, it stays with you. Here is how to do it right. Before you go outside, leave the feeder a little emptier than usual so there is some reason to try something new. Hold a small amount of black oil sunflower seeds flat in your open palm and position your hand close to the feeder, low enough that they can see exactly what you are offering. Then go completely still. Do not shift your weight, do not move your fingers, do not even swallow visibly. You are a statue with seeds. It might take several sessions before anything happens, and that is completely normal. The cardinal will land nearby, look at you, fly off, come back, and look again. It is testing you. Every time it comes back and you are still calm and still, you pass the test. The first time a cardinal lands on your hand, stay exactly as you are and let it take the seed and go. That moment is the wall coming down. After that first time, the trust builds faster because the bird already proved to itself that your hand is safe. Keep this occasional though. You want them to trust you specifically, not lose their natural caution around people in general. The real sign that you have made a true friend is not actually the hand feeding. It is the cardinal that shows up near the feeder before you even come outside. It is the one that chirps at you through the window. That is not hunger. That is a wild bird that knows your face, knows your voice, and chose to stay close to you anyway. That is the friendship. So here is where it all lands. Show up every day at the same time. Let them learn your face and your voice. Be still, calm, and patient in their space. Clear out the things that make them feel unsafe. And when the trust is deep enough, hold out your hand. It will take longer than you expect. But one morning you will walk outside and a flash of red will already be waiting, and you will realize that bird has been watching for you just as long as you have been watching for it. Drop your favorite tip in the comments and let me know how your cardinals are doing. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.